Hello, you're welcome to Hero Hawk podcast. And today we'll be looking at how to transform your results in 90 days. You see, transforming your life in 90 days is very possible. Okay. And if you understand how it works, it's actually a very strong and powerful tool that can actually help you to create lasting change. In 3 months, a lot can happen. If you plan it well, you can actually break off some limiting patterns and cultivate some habits and actually make significant strides, okay, towards the level you're seeking to access. Research has actually shown that 90 days is the optimal time frame for forming new habits. Why? Because if you do the needful, you can actually rewire your brain, that's your toolbox, and experience the result you're seeking. Okay, so while transformation is a lifelong journey, you can dedicate 90 days to focus on series of chain reactions, that will create positive momentum for you, and it will get you the results you're looking for. Okay, so that's why I'm talking about how to, maximize your results in 90 days. So instead of actually living your year as a full 365 days with 12 months, you can break your year into 90 days, okay, chunks of 4 quarters. This will now, what to do is that it will enable you to track your progress better, okay, and you have 4 different opportunities to make it work. Instead of living the year like 1 year, I used to live like that. And by the time you get to December, you're wondering what happened to your year. You would have lost. I mean, because for me, then I'm like, how did the year end? What did I even achieve? But if so, breaking it into 4 chunks is like living 4 years in 1 year. Okay, so at the end of every quarter, you review your progress, make track, by after you finish moving your progress, you know what works, what didn't work, and make possible improvements, to make the next year, what I mean by next quarter, also work. So for me, it's like living 4 years in 1 year. You actually quadruple your results, if you can learn to transform your results every 90 days. Okay, so I'm going to look at I'll just show you 3 steps, what you can really do to get this done, and we'll be done for today. Okay, so step 1 is very important. Okay, 1 is your faith. You need to believe that you can make the progress in 90 days. If you don't believe it, you cannot see it. And that was what happened to the people of Israel. God promised them a land. He promised them freedom. When they left Egypt, and it just wasn't an easy step for them. Okay, and when they saw the land, they gave up. They said, no, we cannot take this thing. Okay, now Joshua said it was takeable, but the people, some saw, some did not see, and they wanted to stone him. In Numbers chapter 14 verse 10, they were like, what are you talking about? Takeable how? I mean, land filled with giants. What are you talking about? So Numbers 13 verse 33 says, and so they were now giving their report because they had seen the land. They said, and there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which came out of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. So were we in their sight. And they had to go by the wilderness before, because God was very angry. So they said they were like grasshoppers. And it would be very unfair for God to allow grasshoppers to go and meet giants. So he took them to the wilderness where there was no giants, and it took them 40 years. So if you're looking at transforming your results in 90 days, can you look into the last day of the quarter? What can you see? The problem is that you can look and see nothing, or you can look and see something. Okay, so they looked and they saw nothing. There was just nothing there but giants. They didn't see the promises. It was only giants. So they saw nothing. So some people some people can't even look. And that's the issue, because I used to be there. When they say look, and I'm like, look at what? Because I can't see. I was so short-sighted. What am I seeing? Is it not the same economy? Is it not the same issues? My dear, for the last time, just try God again and look at the next 90 days. What can you see? When we read this story, well, sometimes we are too quick to judge. How can they? Did God not promise them? How would they be saying giants? Well, it's the same thing I did it. The same thing that we're doing. We don't believe that in 90 days our lives can change. What I mean is that at the end of 90 days, what has God shown you? What can you say? There's no way you can walk with God and your life will remain the same after 90 days. It's not possible. So what can you see? What do you believe? Your belief will govern your actions and your results. I'll say it again. Your belief will govern your actions and your results. It is what you believe that you do, and it's what you do that will give you the result. That's why I'm saying you should better program your mind for serious results in 90 days. And I'm going to repeat it again. You should better program your mind for serious results in 90 days, because you're going to get serious results in 90 days. Yeah. Except you're seeing yourself as grasshopper, then there's no problem. We'll take you to God. I'm not going to say much, but it's whatever you see that you can have, okay? So we need to believe and hold the mirror up and see what is possible. What is possible in your health in 90 days? What is possible in your business in 90 days? What is possible in your career in 90 days? What is possible in your marriage? What is possible in the 8 departments of your life? What is possible in 90 days? Condition your mind. You need to see what you believe. You need to say it before you see it. You need to say it. You need to see it. Okay, so that is number one. What do you see? That's one. Okay, so the second one is, who do you say you are? Okay, or who do you need to become? They call themselves grasshopper. Joshua and Caleb. They call themselves giant killers. Same equation, two different perspectives. Same equation, two different perspectives. And it's the same thing in the next, because I'm doing this podcast because of you're about to maybe enter a new quarter, you're about to access a new season, you're about to access a new year, you're about to access a new month. It works. What do you see at the end of 30 days? What do you see at the end of 60 days? What do you see at the end of 90 days? Then who do you see yourself becoming to receive, take, become what you see? Okay, so who do you need to become to see the results you want? Okay, because the truth is that your old self cannot deliver that result. It's not possible. And that was why Joshua and Caleb understood why they were filled with the Spirit of God. If you remember, there was, the previous podcast where we talked about peak performance strategies. We said you have to renew your mind. These guys understood peak performance strategy. My mindset about myself must be changed. And they understood it initially because they were full of the Spirit of God. They knew what they needed to do. Okay, so Caleb said, look, there were giants there, but we are able to take the land because we are giant killers. Okay, so that is step two. Who do you need to become? Do you need to become a giant killer? Do you need to become a leader? Who do you need to become at the end of the day? Do you need to become a wealth creator? Do you need to become an investor? Who do you need to become? Who do you need to become to take that vision you're seeing at the end of the month, at the end of the 90 days, at the end of the quarter? Who do you need to become? Okay, so that is step two. And step three is that you have to walk through the strategies to get you to the promised land you have seen. Okay, so you've seen the land, there's going to be a strategy to get you there. Okay, so what do giant killers do? They kill giants. Okay, and I'm going to show you an example still in the Bible, because the same way we talked about Joshua and Caleb seeing a giant and they saw themselves as giant killers. There was also the same thing that happened to David. They saw themselves as giant killers. He saw himself as a giant killer. So that was when he saw Goliath. He knew he was going to take him down. And 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 40 says, and he took his staff in his hand and chose himself 5 foot smooth stones out of the brook, and he put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in his scrip. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near the Philistine. So I'm skipping to verse 49. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, and the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. Okay, so we're talking about strategies now. Okay, so you need to walk through it. For David, his strategy was his 5 stones. Okay, so if you're currently going through the 90 days accelerator hub, one of the toolboxes we put there is knowing yourself and knowing your strengths. Which stones are you going to use to get you to the next level? Which skills, what strengths, what giftings has God given you? You need to know it. So David was a shepherd boy. He was very good with stones. And that was what he used and took down that guy. So what are your giftings? You're good with project management. You're good with planning. You're good with sales. What is that gifting God has given you? It's time to put it on the table and trade with it. Okay, you pray very well. Fine, use it. You talk very well. You're a good communicator. Fine, use it. You have to use your giftings now to take down that giant. Okay, so like we said before, what strategies do you have to take down Goliath? Now, David understood that Goliath is going down. And you need to understand that, look, at the end of the 90 days, okay, we're talking about improving your results. Whatever you're believing God for, you're trusting God for, by the time you put in the strategies, you're getting there. Now, this brings me to another perspective. There is no guarantee that you'll not meet challenges along the way. Okay? So, and challenges, you can actually see them as giants. Okay? Meaning that as you continue, you're going to have challenges. You're going to meet roadblocks. Okay? So, understand that's why I said you needed that step 2. You need to understand who you need to become. Because what you're about to do, you've not done before. So you're going to meet challenges. So what do you do when you meet those challenges? There was a time I did a project, I think 2 or 3 years back in Ikeja. And then I had my team lead then, oh my God, I'm so happy I worked with him because we had 30 days to deliver that project. And we were under pressure. Apart from that, it was as if every week we had one challenge or another. So that week, I almost, when I saw the giant and the issues, my heart almost, as I was like, this project won't work again. How are we going to pass this one? He just said to me, that's a giant and we need to bring it down. I was looking at him. The giant came down. It was in the place of prayer. We took it down. I was like, is this how these things work? Oh my God. I became so excited. I was now waiting for the next giant. I was like, oh yeah, where's the next giant? You're going to take you down. When the next giant came down, I didn't need to talk to him. I took it down. And that one cleared. I was excited. I was like, where's the next one? I knew they were going to come. I was waiting for the next one. And we took down the third giant in the place of prayer. Like 30 days, we finished that project. So you need to be aware that as you're taking your 90 days accelerator, you're working towards your 90 days result. There are going to be giants along the way. You're going to have a strategy to take them down. You're going to trust God in the place of prayer to bring down those giants. Maybe I'm going to, if you want, you can just let me know. I can create another podcast on how to deal with giants, how to take down those giants in the place of prayer and also in the place of strategy. Okay, so we need to know how many giants are you going to slay in your projects. Okay, so we took those giants and delivered that project in 30 days. Okay, so step 4, you're going to work on your projects weekly, you're going to work on your project daily, and you're going to get it done. So I want to encourage you in the next 30 days to accelerate your progress, in the next 30 days to accelerate, 30 days, 60 days, 90. It's possible. Think acceleration, solidify new routines for yourself, and try to amplify your results. Okay, and what this does is that you're going to have to refine your goals, and cultivate strength and resilience. In the face of challenges, don't be discouraged. Okay, and when you make small wins, celebrate those wins. Okay, so refine your strategies, celebrate your milestones, and work on a sustainable path that will take you forward. Okay, so the question now is, what's your project? What results are you expecting in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 90 days? Okay. I'm trusting God that He will strengthen you and give you more insight on the strategies that we've just shared now, that will produce the desired result for you, that will transform your life in the next 90 days. Okay. I cannot wait to celebrate your success. I pray for you that God will strengthen you, give you the needed wisdom, open doors for you, give you the right team and group to accomplish the task that is ahead of you. God bless you. I'm rooting for you. I can't wait to celebrate your wins. Thank you.